Okay, this is further explanation for how the Egyptians built the pyramids, and this video concerns how the Egyptians loaded and unloaded the big limestone blocks onto carts when building these pyramids. Alright, so you're up on the mountain and you're carving the limestone blocks. So like here's like a limestone block, and what you do is you wrap a net around the bottom of it, and so you have net coming up on both sides, and then you attach it to some sort of thing, and then run ropes, this big ropes, and a lot of people doing this. Alright, then what you do is they got these giant the huge giant rolling carts with big A-frames built on them, and you wouldn't really need too many of these. You need like maybe one or two at the up on the mountain, and then you'd need one or two down on where you're making the pyramid, so you'd only need like maybe 4 of them. Alright, so then what you do is you take this, alright, so you got the block in a net and a bunch of ropes, and you run the ropes. There'd be like some pulleys or something up here at the top of the A-frame, and you drag that inside there and pull the stone up with a bunch of people. Alright, and you would roll this around wherever you needed it. Okay, and so it's like you got the, actually let me make a copy of this. Let's see, copy. Alright, so you got this inside of there. Alright, but anyway, I'm gonna just move this over here for the moment, but just imagine that's inside of there hanging from the giant A-frame. Alright, so then you've got your carts that actually roll the stones to wherever you need them. So you take this and you roll it through here. It'd be like you have some ramps going into it, so you'd roll, they go do 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 do. So they'd just come on into here, and then the cart would be parked, and then you would take this thing, which will be hanging right here, and then you just drop it down on the cart. Alright, and so then you got all of that together, and then you just roll it out the door. You just basically just go, okay, you just go on out. Let me undo all that. Undo. Okay, so basically that's it. You drag these into here, roll these guys into here, lower the thing down, and then run on out. Well, then on the other side, also when you got this, let's say when you got this on the cart, you could just let the net stay with it, because you wouldn't need to do this. Well, I guess you'd need to build a lot of these nets. That'd be fine. You just make a bunch of these nets for each of the stones that you carve. You would have one of these nets. Maybe you could do like 20 of them or something like that. If you had, like, say, you gotta have a net for as many of the carts that you got, and then leave it with the stone. You just drop it down with the stone, and then roll it to wherever you need it, and then you'd have another one of these things, and you get the ropes, that are pulling on the net, and run it through the pulleys up here, and then you would lift the stone off the cart, inside here, and then roll this thing. It's like you'd roll it inside, lift it up, and then roll it out the other side. And so then you'd have this sitting inside here. All right, and then you could roll it with this thing wherever you needed it, and then you could drop it, and you wouldn't have too far to go from there. You might even be able to pull it out of the side or something. Have a bunch of guys say, like, if it was hanging like right here, you could start lowering it, but then also be pulling it to the side to get it out of this thing. And then once you got it, say, like down on the ground next to it, you could actually place it on blocks, kind of like if you take tires off of a car, you can place the car up on cinder blocks, and then by doing that, then you could get the net out, so that then it's just the block, or basically, you could work it to however you needed it, and then lay it down and move the net out of the way by using ropes still pulling on it. Like, this thing could still be sort of next door to it, while you're doing it. But anyway, so yeah, you could lower it down and then rest it on small blocks while you're getting, then get the net out of the way, and then drop it down the full way, to get it to where you want it, So yeah, but that's my idea about how to move these blocks. Basically have a large movable A-frame and have a lot of these carts. You don't even need like 4 of these, maybe, unless you want to do them just one at a time. I guess you could just have one at the pyramid location, because these things would be really big. So anyway, however far it was from, I think it's called the Central Field of Giza, is where they excavated the stones. That's what they believe, that's where they excavated the stones for the Great Pyramid at Giza. I don't think it's too far. It's just south of where the pyramid, I think 2 of the pyramids were built from stones from there. So it's not too far. But anyway, so this is my idea for how they could have moved the stones, like loading them, putting big nets around the stones, load them in this, or hanging them from like this big thing. And that's like on wheels, so it can be moved around, which is important, to be able to move this thing around so that you can locate the stones where you want when you're unloading them. Move this cart into it, lower the stone onto the cart, and then move the cart out to get the stone where you want it. Because this is like, this is powered by the oxen, so it can be moved. This thing could also be moved, but it could be just moved by people, just pushing it around. And then there's also people that pull the stones up and pull the stones down, and it's like they could be, if you pulled on to the side, they could actually be pulled off to the side of this giant A-frame, rolling A-frame. Of course, you'd have to have people on the other side pulling so that it wouldn't tip over, I suppose. So, but anyway, unless maybe you could load it down with other stones or something to keep it from doing that. I don't know. It'd have to have ballast. Maybe you could have like bags of rock or something, kind of like ballast on a hot air balloon. Like if you're coming down too much on a hot air balloon, you can throw some ballast off to keep from falling. You know, it lightens the load, so it allows it to go back up. If you could like have big bags of rock, like broken rock, and I'm sure they could get that. You could just load them onto one side to make the side heavy, so that then you could pull this like over here to the side and unload the rock. Like the ropes would be still up through there, and there'd be guys over here holding it, you know, like long ropes, you know. But then you'd also have to have the ballast on this side so that the thing wouldn't tip over this, you know, down this way, because this is pulling on the thing. So of course this thing's big and heavy anyway, so by this being just really heavy, the chances are it wouldn't tip over. But still, you know, these blocks are kind of heavy, so you might need to add some ballast if it starts acting like it wants to tip over. So anyway, that's the idea. So hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good day. We'll see you in the next one.